Hey guys, this is Lara and I'm back with a new time lapse of my art, and I want to discuss with you guys why you are wasting your time watching tutorials and never putting them in practice. Do you ever feel like there are no more tutorials out there to watch because you have already seen them all? Well, that in itself is not a problem. In fact, learning from as many artists as possible, seeing different techniques, different workflows, and seeing a little bit of everything from anyone can only add to your mental library of techniques. However, guys, there is a time and a place for everything, and your learning effort won't really stay in your mental library for a long time if you won't draw along or at least make note of one specific technique that you need and only apply that afterwards. And maybe I'm not being clear enough. What should you be doing is target tutorials, or better yet, time lapses, and look for only one element that is of interest to you. And why should you target time lapses as well? Because they show the whole workflow from sketch to rendered version with all the error fixing and everything else. A tutorial is something highly prepared specifically for one small portion of a drawing, like hair or eyes, or popular tutorials like that. In reality, such a tutorial will only show you 2 or 3 ways of drawing hair, 2 or 3 ways of drawing eyes, but you want to make your overall art better, right? That's why you are here. Well, start fixing the big parts first. Instead of learning how to draw hair, learn how to use hair in dynamic poses, how to use it to lead the viewer's eyes on your canvas, and look at how other artists are doing that instead of the hair's shading or form, because that will change from artwork to artwork, but the logic of why the hair is flowing in a certain way will stay with you. Beginner artists believe that nitpicking their art is what will make them better, but think about it like this. Do you think that someone will stop and zoom in on your artwork and see that brush stroke that you smudged so well and blended it amazingly with the rest of the drawing? Well, chances are no one will. So start working big, zoom in as little as possible, use larger gestures, and make it intentional. Think about your composition when creating, and that will impact your art a lot more than if you create better shading on the eyes. If you see an artist you admire doing something that clicks with you, remember to use that thing in your next drawing. It could be anything: putting the line art layer on multiply, using overlay to lighten your background, making a rim light, using motion blur for a certain effect, using warm lights against cold shadows, anything that gives you that aha moment. For me, that was watching Loish's processes on backgrounds. And if you have seen her art, you might have noticed that she uses a lot of lasso tool for pretty much everything. And by the way, I totally recommend you join her Patreon for tons of knowledge. Meanwhile, I was only using the lasso tool for blocking the colors in the beginning phase. So I thought that I should try her method and see how it feels. And this whole MOANA Fanart started as a test specifically for the lasso technique. I researched a ton of water and waves paintings and tried to figure out how the dark parts worked against the light ones, and after getting a general idea, I just started doing the damn thing. Did it feel unnatural? Yeah, because it was me trying something new. Did it feel like it was getting nowhere? Yeah, certainly. And was I satisfied in the end? 100%. In fact, I promised myself that I would get back to drawing more water pieces so I could work on this technique more. Now, let's get back to you and why you are here. So, what we were doing wrong until now was mindlessly watching all the tutorials out there for a lot of details that do not count as long as your overall drawing is not readable. What you are going to do from now on is to analyze your art first and think what you want to do better. Target your improvement areas one by one, because saying that you want to get better in everything will not help. You have to take it step by step. After you are clear on what you want to improve, try looking at artists who you are admiring and pinpoint the subject you are having difficulties with. And instead of just watching the video until the end, rewatch those 5 seconds where they work their magic again and again until it clicks to you, until you understand what their approach is. That is why I recommend watching time lapses. The more you will grow as an artist, the more complicated the subjects you will want to cover will become. And that's when you should seek advice from your favorite artists through the channels they are active in, like Patreon or Instagram, YouTube, or anything else that works for them. Start a discussion, don't be afraid of crickets. What you might learn by asking could make the difference in your art. That being said, it might not be easy to look at your art objectively and see what needs to be improved, in which case you could ask friends, artists online, or even me. Show me your art and we can chat about progress, and we might even both end up learning something new. That's it for today. Make sure to stick around for my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a thumbs up if you like this video.